All right. Welcome to our team call. It is Wednesday, weird, June 1st. I'm going to be talking a lot tonight about building your team and adding to the team. So these are my step-by-step tools that I use to add new coaches to my team. We'll go into further detail on each step on its own, but I'm going to try and give you the most information as possible from and start to end on how to add new people to your team. So we know that the basics are the basics. So the 4 vital behaviors are things that we should be doing daily in our business. We're always inviting, we're reading our personal development, we're doing all of our vital behaviors every day. But I think the number one thing that we need to remember is how important inviting is, because so few people really realize what we do. So few people really understand that they can be invited to do what we're doing, to coach with us. I think that it's a common misconception that we think that they just understand what we're doing. Like, we assume everybody knows what a Beachbody coach is, or we assume that everybody knows that, I'm coaching, you can coach too, you can join my team. But most people don't know that. I mean, I didn't know that. And I know a lot of people have no idea that they can actually join our team and do what we're doing. And so it's really important to invite them. And I say invite, it can be a personal message, it can be a call to action post on your Facebook page or Instagram page. There are several different ways we can go about inviting. We can invite face-to-face, people that you know and you talk to every day, maybe at your gym or at your school or at your work or wherever it might be. Inviting is so important. And so when we're inviting, what's really key is knowing who you're looking for. So I've talked about this a lot, but knowing that your market, knowing, are you looking for the super busy mom that thinks she can't, fit one more thing onto her plate, but really wants financial freedom for her family, or really wants to try and take on something for herself, a job she can do at home? Are you looking to appeal to, a teacher or a nurse, someone that shares the same profession as you? Maybe you're looking to appeal to, maybe you played college sports and you want to appeal to, other collegiate athletes that aren't in college anymore and are looking to find a way to get excited again about sports and nutrition and all of that. Maybe you're appealing to somebody that's in grad school. I think knowing who you're looking for, the market that you're looking for, is important, because you're going to want to say that in your call to action post. You're going to want to say, I'm looking for 5 moms who, are looking to build financial freedom while being able to stay at home with your kids. Or, you want to be able to say that in your call to action post, or know at least who you're targeting, who you're messaging personally if you're not doing a call to action post. That's important. You also want to be very specific in what you're saying in your call to action post. Look back and reread it. Don't overanalyze, but reread it and think, what is that really saying? Somebody that's reading this, what are they thinking? Are you telling them, it's easy money, or I'll show you everything, or everyone and anyone can do this? Are you saying that? Or are you saying, I'm looking for people who are ready to work, or I'm looking for people, or I'll mentor you and I'll pass on my resources to you? Or are you saying, these are the better things you want to say. This is a good one. This isn't for everyone, but Beachbody can be a vehicle for your family's dreams if you're coachable and you learn to master small daily disciplines. Are you saying things that are going to show them right off the bat in that initial call to action post that you're looking for people who are ready to work and make this, a full-blown business and a career move for themselves? So you need to know who you're targeting, and you also want to know exactly what your post is saying. What are they thinking when they read it? Are they thinking, oh, I can do this, it'll be a breeze, they're going to basically teach me how to do it, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of money really quick? Just be really careful what you're saying. Make sure you read it a couple times and just, make sure it's grabbing their attention, but it's also specific enough that they know what they're expecting going into it. Number 3. So number 1 was, inviting, the basics. Number 2 was narrowing down on inviting, knowing who you're looking for. Number 3 is staying organized. So I use Google Docs for my applications. A lot of people use Wufoo. I think I'm going to switch to Wufoo because it's not as beautiful as Google Docs. Like, you can make them all cool and pretty. But Wufoo will notify you when somebody fills it out. Google Docs, I have to continuously go back and check my applications to see if there were responses, like a couple times throughout the day, which is just a pain, especially if you get, eventually a bunch of followers and you potentially have a lot of people filling it out. You really don't want to be missing all of those applications. So stay organized. Use applications like Wufoo or Google Docs. They're both free, so sign up for the free account with Wufoo. I think the applications show that you're professional. They show that you're interested in more than just a quick, yes on your post, It's a good way to get to know their vision. So I ask questions like, what are you hoping to get out of this business? Why are you interested in being a Beachbody coach? What are you looking to earn? You can already get a sense of who they are and what their goals are just from the application itself. And then on the application, you also always put, do you already have a Beachbody coach, or are you already a Beachbody coach? So that's really important because it's going to help narrow them down, because you really can't take on anybody that's already a coach. And you typically don't want to take on somebody that already has a coach unless it's a very strange situation and their coach is just totally not doing it anymore or whatever it might be. I also think that it helps keep their information really organized, and it creates a little bit of exclusivity. They feel more excited and official since it's an application instead of just like a random Facebook post. So the applications are really neat. They keep it very organized, and I highly recommend them. You can use them for getting new coaches and for challenge groups. I use them for both. I love them. I think they're really helpful. And I've actually had recently, I didn't in the beginning, but I've had more and more success with them. So that's great. So, all right, they've applied. So what's next? This is number 4. Send a message. Once you read through their applications and you kind of filter through them and you figure out who you're going to want to respond to and who you're not going to want to respond to. Some people are going to already be coaches or have coaches, and you might just not respond to them at all. You send a message. You can do this however you want. I have started, or I'm going to start, I've kind of started doing this here and there, but sending an email video. So email's great. I love using Facebook Messenger because we use Facebook so much, and if you already have them on Facebook on your friends list, it makes it easier to add them to the team pages and the challenge group pages and all that. But email can be a more official and a nicer way to communicate, I think, in the very beginning. So that first initial message you'll send as an email, you can just send kind of an intro that says, it can all be typed and just say, thank you, I read over your application to join the team. Thank you for all the information you provided. This can be scripted. This can be one of the very few things that you have as a coach that's actually scripted, because you can send in the very beginning intro message the exact same thing to everybody that fills out your application, because you're not getting personal yet. So this can be like, I guess typically I say, and I've started saying this, is I tell them a little bit about me, and then I leave a video telling them a little bit what they need to know about coaching. And then I immediately set an expectation and a deadline. So I'll usually say, I have a new coach get started right call, or a new coach training starting this day. And so I will need to have your responses back to this by that day so that you can join the new coach call or whatever it might be. I have it here written in like quotations, but I'll be selecting my new coaches by next week. If you really want to join me, get back to me with any questions. So ASAP, so I can see if you would be a great fit for the team. You will need to select your Beachbody program and Shakeology flavor. So they already know. You're setting that deadline. You're setting the expectation. This is official. This is a real business. This is what you're going to need to get started. You're going to need a Beachbody program. You're going to need Shakeology. And they don't, not every coach has to do that, but you're kind of setting that expectation in the very beginning. especially in your application, you might say, are you already on a Beachbody program? Are you already doing Shakeology? It'll be a little bit different if they, are already on Shakeology or something like that and they have too much of it or whatever it might be. But you want to close it off by saying, I'm serious about helping my coaches succeed, and this process is very important to me. I want to get to know you and for you to get to know me. And so it can be something like that, a little video message, ask any questions that you have by this date so that I can get you, make sure that you're right for our team and get you onto the team by this deadline. And so then the people that respond with questions, or the people that just respond period, we're really serious because you've taken them through the application process, through an email that they need to respond to, and you know that it's game on and they're ready to go. And then from there, you get personal. So this is number 5. This is where your relationship building, and this is where it's super important that you have deep conversations about what their goals are. So when you're getting personal, and if they don't message you back, don't worry about it. You can follow up with them, but not everybody is going to message you back that fills out your application. And that's just the truth. You might have 10 people that fill out your application. You might send all 10 people a video message and 1 or 2 might respond back from that video message, even though they took the time out to fill out your application. It's a crazy social media world, and just not everybody takes it as seriously as you want to, So don't get discouraged for those who don't respond back with a message. Now, at this point, there are no scripts involved. This is going solely off of personal interaction and conversation. So you want to find out what types of workouts they like. Do they like to dance? Do they like cardio? Do they like weight training? What don't they like? You want to know what they definitely don't like. What their big struggles are. Is it nutrition? Or do you want to start thinking maybe 21-day fix? Is nutrition a big struggle for them? Do they absolutely love chocolate and need chocolate in their life every single day? Then chocolate Shakeology is going to be a pretty good selling point, right? And you want to build this relationship, and you want to find out, everything that you can to help them find the best program for them. So do they have equipment? Are they interested in possibly purchasing equipment for a program that's going to need more equipment? What kind of space do they have in their house, and how much time are they willing to spend working out? Do they have only a tiny bit of time? Are they willing to spend an hour working out every day? You want to get to know, you want to ask them those questions so that you can find the best program for them. And so you're building this relationship, and this is important too, because if they do sign up as coaches with you, you're teaching them how to do this for their prospects as well. So if you're asking these questions and you're building this relationship, and I've learned this more and more as I'm going, the better I do at signing them up and talking to them through the enrollment process and being genuine and asking real questions about their life, they're going to do that better when they're coaches to people. They're going to know what to do because you did it with them, so that's really important, teaching them how to build relationships before they've even signed up. Okay, so they've done all this, they're serious, you've had this conversation, you kind of know what they want, you guys are ready to go. So number 6 is the Coach Mobile app. And I think we all know what the Coach Mobile app is, but for people watching this recording that are new coaches, it isn't actually an app, which confused me for a really long time, and I didn't use it because I thought it was an app, and I was like, I don't need another app. But it's actually just a website, and it's coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. And I think as long as it works properly, and I've actually never had issues. Amber, I know you've been having some trouble with it. I think when it's working, it's organized, it's quick, it looks nice. They don't have to be shuffled all over a Beachbody website to find what they're looking for. I think it's a pretty way to enroll someone, and I've really enjoyed it. And so anybody can use whatever they want to sign somebody up, but this is my preferred method, and I found that it works the best for me. All you need is their email, and then you just click enroll as a coach or enroll as a customer, whichever it is. And we're talking about adding to the team, right? So adding coaches. And so And that's when you put in, the program that they want, the Shakeology they want, which you already know from that personal conversation that you had with them. And you get them enrolled into the business. It goes directly to their email. They just click the link from their email, and then they get all signed up and signed in, and they're good to go. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. I also love that in the Coach Mobile app, you can click the little question mark at the bottom, the status update, and you can see everybody that you've ever sent an enrollment to, and it either says, I think it says like enrollments and then like started, so people who have started enrolling, and then completed, so people who finished enrolling. So that's kind of nice. You're always sitting there like, did they sign up yet? Like they're not updating in my online office, but you can see it in the Coach Mobile app. If they started it or completed it, it updates like that. So that's a fun way to track and stay organized as well for all of your enrollments. I like that. I think it cuts down on time, chaos. It's really organized, and it gives a lot of people more confidence in the process when they're first signing up as a coach. Beachbody's got a whole slew of website and technology related issues. So if we can start them off in the most easy, fluid way possible, we want to. So I think Coach Mobile is really helpful in that it's easy. Hey, look, we've talked about this all through your email. Make sure they add you on Facebook. But here, I just sent the enrollment to your email. You're just going to fill that out, and then from there, it's game on. So after that, number 7 is welcome them. And I don't necessarily yet mean welcome them to the team. I mean welcome them in a welcome email. This can be scripted and sent to every coach, however you want to do it, just a very basic, I'm super excited you decided to join us. Welcome to the team. Some people, when they send this, they also ask the question, determine what kind of coach you want to be, and let me know, like right off the bat. Do you want to be a discount coach? And this might be part of your personal conversation before they sign up, or you might wait until after and ask, do you want to be a discount coach, a hobby coach, or a real business builder? And we know that people change back and forth. Like I was a discount coach forever, so that's not guaranteed. But it is good to know, and it's good to ask them this, because then they can kind of decide themselves what level they want to put into, like what they want to put into this right from the very beginning. So I do think that that's important, important stuff. And so with that welcome email, you want to direct them to the resources. So the FAQ stuff that they, like the Google Drive, the FAQ, maybe the YouTube page, of course, our new coach, and I'm going to try to find ways to make this more consolidated, like the new coach checklist, the new coach PowerPoint. It's getting a little bit. Now, you guys can look, as you're enrolling coaches, you can look at the new coach checklist, you can look at the new coach PowerPoint, and you can choose which one you want to have people work with. I think the new coach checklist is important right from the get-go, because it shows them how to set up their direct deposit, and it shows them how to set up their websites. My PowerPoint doesn't do that. It kind of gets into more detail. So maybe that's something for like a few days later or a week later. It talks more about Success Club and rank advancement, how to enroll somebody, what a challenge group is. So that might be something after the new coach checklist. And so kind of show them where these resources are in that welcome email. So that way, if at some point you're getting to a point in your business where you're adding 5 or more coaches a month, you might not have time to respond to all of your coaches all the time in message. And you want to make sure they're self-sufficient in the sense that they can look up their own information themselves in the FAQ, or they at least know where the team page is to ask questions and all that. Being a new coach, there's a lot to learn, and so you can get a lot of questions from a lot of people. I'm not really at that point yet, but I can only imagine I'm with her and her phone's like bleep, 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 bleep all the time. I'm like, oh my God, it's very overwhelming. So make sure they know where their resources are. Also, and this is something I'm going to be doing soon. I thought our team call on the online office navigation was all right, but I don't know if it's fast enough. Like I think it was too long of a video for somebody to watch to navigate the online office. So I plan on making and just doing it myself, like screen sharing, and making kind of a consolidated video to teach them, a new coach, all about the online office, and send that in the welcome email. Like, here's a new coach checklist, welcome, here's an online office video. And if I make one, I'll share it with you guys so you guys can share it with your coaches too until you decide you want to make one or whatever you want to do. Anything I make, I'll share with you so you can use it as well. We always say not to recreate the wheel too much because you're just putting more and more work on yourself. So anything I make, I'll share with you, of course. Send them that link. There are on YouTube tons of coaches who have done tours of the online office, and they all are kind of the same. So if you see one on there you like, you can send that. I mean, I don't think a new coach is going to care as long as they know what everything is. If we have a new coach get started right call in that welcome email, invite them to that. Just let them know the time and date that is. Fit and Fierce was doing them like once or twice a month, and I haven't seen anything. So I think I'm going to start doing my own maybe new coach training for like 3 days once a month or something, for 3 to 5 days once a month for all new coaches. I think I might just start doing that to make sure everyone starts right. Let's see. So these are all kind of, you can figure out how you want to get them started with this welcome email, and then you can do one-on-one calls if you feel comfortable with that. That will be a more like introduction and basics if need be, if they need more like basic info on just kind of what everything is right from the beginning. So I've really enjoyed one-on-one calls. I'll say it's kind of scary, but I have really, really, really enjoyed one-on-one calls. Like I feel like they've been so helpful. I do. I really feel like, because you just get that opportunity to do something like this and really converse and screen share. And I can show like my online office and how to set placement and where they are in my genealogy and what they're going to want to do. It's just like, it's great. So that's a good option. And then lastly, you want to welcome them to the team page. So maybe after you've sent that welcome email with their information, welcome them to the team page, a little intro about them with the coach announcement graphics that we have. I'm starting to just announce in our Changing Tides page, but we can still do Fit and Fierce and Changing Tides. It's totally up to you guys, wherever you want to welcome them. I don't really want to welcome them in both. I don't know why. I feel like it's a lot. Like just kind of copy and paste the same intro in 2 pages seems a little weird. Like I was doing that for a little bit and I was like, what do you guys think? Amber, you're muted.
Oh my gosh. So I just wanted to say that I agree. I think it's kind of a lot. And when I was new, being added to all these new different groups, it was overwhelming for me. I was like, okay, which one? Who do I talk to? What? I just felt like I was overwhelmed with it. I didn't know what all the different, and being added to the challenge group too, I just didn't know. It was hard to, it took me a while to figure out what each thing was. So I kind of like the idea from a personal, standpoint of like one introduction. So they're like, okay, this is maybe change. For me personally, I think maybe Changing Tides because it's the smaller, group. But
yeah, and then that's our team, and then adding them to the Fit and Fierce page and letting them know that that's a big resource, and that can be part of the resources thing in the welcome email too. Fit and Fierce is it is a huge resource of information for us and community, and so yeah, and I think maybe just announcing and Changing Tides. I like that it's smaller, and it's been nice. I feel like a lot of us have really gotten to know each other in that smaller group, and so yeah, I think that's a good call. Well, number 8 is train them. And this is something that as a coach, where you sign up new coaches, you will find is, in my opinion, one of the hardest things that you have to do is training somebody else. And so the good thing is, and I am just learning about these because I didn't know they existed until recently, there are already trainings in place that Beachbody has created for new coaches. And I'm going to post those to the team page. They're called the Coach Training Academy. And you can become a part of that group, I think it is. I'm going to get all the info for you guys. But basically, it's like a 30-day or 60-day new coach training put on by Beachbody. I think it's regional too. And it's all for new coaches. And it's just covers all of the new coach basics. And it covers it for like a month. So you get a lot of information. So when you're training your new coaches, if you don't know exactly what to say or do, there are other tools that Beachbody has already developed for that. So the Coach Training Academy, if you don't want to reinvent the wheel, you can develop your own training. The Coach Online Office has Coach Basics. That's another small training that they have, and it's in our online office. And I'm going to show you guys where that is as well. But that's another thing that you can send your new coaches to. You can look at all of these and see what you like. I mean, don't send them to all of the coach trainings because it'll be crazy, but see what's your favorite, and then whatever you find the most helpful. Or maybe we have stuff going in the team page at that time that's better, and you don't want to send them there. You want to do like our new coach training, or my new coach get started right call, or whatever it might be. But just so you know, there are things that have already been created by Beachbody for new coaches. Uplines training, so Fit and Fierce will have training. Schedule weekly calls, check-ins with your team. You can team up with other coaches to host trainings too. Haley and I are doing that for the Rank It Up group next week. That's something new that I'm doing, is like linking up with other leaders to host trainings, which I think is going to be really good. Really, really good. I feel like I can learn a ton from Haley too on how she trains for coaches, and it's just going to be an all around cool experience. If you're a new coach and you're signing up new coaches, learn together. There is nothing wrong with being a brand new, and I know a lot of you are so afraid of this. Like, a lot of coaches on our team are so scared to sign up new coaches because they're new. And I think that's my fault, because you don't feel comfortable enough yet where you are to sign up new coaches and train them. And I do really get that, because it does take time to figure out what you're doing. But no one is going to think that you're an expert coach, okay, from the very beginning. Like, let them know, hey, I just started, but I'm really serious about helping you grow your business. Let's do this together. Hey, look, there's a team call. Let's jump on it together. Or I saw this podcast from Shailene Johnson. You want to watch it with me? Or whatever it might be, do it with them. If you're figuring it out and you're like, hey, I'm not sure about this, and you ask me a question and I send you training or something like that, share that with them. Just do it with them. Learn together. There's no problem with that. I think that it's really helpful, actually, if you're learning with someone. Remember, you're not their employer. I think that's very important, that when you sign up coaches, you're not their employer. You're their mentor, and you're helping them grow their business, but you're not their boss, so you don't have to be the expert. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to, be at their beck and call. Like, that's not how this works. We kind of are all a team. And yes, the coach that signed up, the new coach, has been doing it longer, and it is expected that you help them learn, you help them grow their business. That is how it works, but you're not their employer and you're not their boss. So it is perfectly okay that you guys learn together and you guys get started on this journey together. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's so important that you guys know that, and just tell them that. Just tell them, I'm new, but that we have this resource and we have these team calls, and that we'll figure it out together. Just don't worry about that. No one expects you to be like the most kick-ass coach ever, especially when you first start. So, or ever. It's okay to say that to your new coaches. But yeah, so that a little summary, those are like that's kind of my process. It's the basics are the basics. Invite. You just got to talk to people. Like, by the end of the week, think. Like, if you're frustrated and you think you had a shitty week at work, think, did I really talk to like 5 to 10 new people every day? Like, did I really do that? Or am I telling myself I did because I added people on Facebook and I'm hoping that they message me? Like, did you really put the hours in? Did you really make an effort and talk to people? That's so important. Know who you're looking for in these call to action posts. Know who you're targeting, and look at what you're saying. Reread your post and think, a little bit more deeply about what you're saying, who you're talking to. Stay organized. Use these applications. Once they fill out the application, follow up with a message. And then once you guys start talking and you create that sense of urgency, that deadline, the expectation's been created, get personal. Have personal conversations with them about their goals and, what they like and what they don't like, and then get them enrolled in the Coach Mobile app and then welcome them and get them trained. So that's kind of the process. That's what's working for me, and I'm still figuring it out, and I think we're all still figuring it out, but I'm going to open it to questions because we have 7 minutes left in our Zoom call. So, any questions, it doesn't have to be about this. I'm sweating. It's really, really hot in my house. I think it's like 84 degrees in here. It's ridiculous. And yes, this is being recorded. Questions.
I have one, but it's a little bit, it might be related, but kind of unrelated. So, the fun little graphic, Changing Tides, Welcome Coach thing? Me and technology. I want to add somebody to the team like that.
Yeah.
How do I get that graphic and do that? Like, can you send it to me or what?
So if you go to the Changing Tides Facebook page in the album, there's an album with coach announcement graphics. So they're all there. So new coach, emerald, diamond, and then all the star diamonds have been made. So if you just save the new coach graphic, and then I use Layout is the app that I use. It's like the new Instagram app. It's like from Instagram. It's called Layout. You click the picture of them and the picture of the new coach announcement graphic, and it literally puts it together. So that's what I use. Did you guys all see the conversation between me and I'm going to mess her name up. Johnny? I'm the worst at names. I need her to tell me, leave a voice message and be like, this is how you say my name. She asked a lot of good questions today on the team page under the picture I posted about us having a team call tonight. She said that there seems to be a big push to build the team and move ranks and hit Success Club, but not very much training on how to actually coach another human being through our fitness programs or knowledge of the product. And so, I've responded with a bunch of different things for that. And that's why I made the video earlier as well, was so you guys could see where the product toolkits are in our online office, because there are a lot of programs. There are a lot of products. I don't expect you to use them all or do them all. I didn't, but what I did do, and personally, I got on my Beachbody On Demand and I just watched a ton of different programs. I watched did a couple workouts from different programs, so I could kind of get a feel for the trainer, get a feel for if there was a modifier, what the impact level was like, and I could just kind of see what it was like for myself without just watching a promo video. That's a big perk to having Beachbody On Demand, is you can really see all that as a coach. I also read a ton of the product toolkits for every single program. It tells you all about the program, all about the trainer. Everything about the program that you can imagine, every workout that's included and what they all mean, how long they are. It tells you who your target audience is for that program. So if you're not sure, it'll tell you in the product tool guide if it's right for them, and everyone's slightly different, so it might be inaccurate for someone specific you're thinking about, but it tells you all of that. It tells you the equipment needed, and it even gives you other products you can recommend with it. So maybe you don't need an ab mat, but they might want an ab mat, or they might want different resistance bands. It shows you all of those things in product tool guides for every single program and product, almost every product, like the performance line, the 3-day refresh, Shakeology, all that's in there. So those are really helpful. If you just have any downtime, just read through them and get some ideas on what the programs are like if you haven't done them yourself. They're great too if someone approaches you and they're like, hey, there's this program I want. Do you think it would be good for me, or have you ever tried it? You could say, no, I haven't tried it, and go to the toolkit and refer to that and just talk about it. And then in those tool guides, if you scroll all the way down and don't click on the actual guide, but like they have talking points. They have recipe lists and meal plans and everything already created for you to like copy and paste if you needed to your challengers. But at the bottom, there's promo videos for all of it too, in case you really wanted to send them a video. So like, you're not expected to be a Beachbody know-all. Like, you're not expected to like have done every single program and talk to them from experience on every single program. But we are supposed to be knowledgeable enough that we're not just winging it when we tell them what we think would be good for them. That's why we really want to know what they like, what they don't like, if they have injuries, allergies, very important. I put that all in my application. And then you know enough about the programs to really talk to them about what you think they'll like. And then they can watch a promo video and they can decide if they want to do it, you know? So you're not expected to be a pro. You're recommending something and then we're helping them through it the best we can. We're not telling them that we're certified trainers, you know, we're not, I mean, Amber, you are, but that's not like, I'm not telling them I have my master's in nutrition, you know, it's a different game here. This is different. And you need to have more confidence in yourselves to help people because you can, like you totally can. But anyway, we have less than a minute. So I am going to end this call. Thank you guys all so much for coming tonight. I know I had to switch it last minute and I'm really sorry. Last night was so crazy. But I hope this was helpful. I am going to make these a little bit prettier and I'm going to post them in the file section. These are my talking points for tonight. So if you missed anything, I'm going to post this probably tomorrow. I'm not going to get to it tonight. My husband just got home from work. But tomorrow I will post all the talking points. So feel free to print it out and keep it for reference. Share it with your future coaches. So yeah. Okay. Good night, guys. I'll see you later.